Welcome back to another episode of the Complicated Apes.
Yeah.
We have here with me Nishadi
Hello.
and Gingy,
It's like we never left.
and of
Yeah.
course me, Nadun. So, Mr. Gingy,
Yeah.
since you are newly on the dating scene,
Oh,
let me ask you this one question, right?
tell me.
How do you feel about these dating apps on the scene now?
Terrible.
Terrible?
Terrible.
Why do you say so?
Oh, man.
Have you ever tried one?
For a brief moment, I did try one.
And were you successful?
Ooh, a bit too successful, I would say.
Okay.
But I felt like it was all just a runt and the litter that was left behind on the apps.
Single moms.
Single.
Oh no, that is.
I mean, not really.
Well, that's good.
It's actually like there's a lot of beautiful women on there.
Right.
But
I'm
the
just
thing-
kidding.
Yeah.
Single moms are beautiful.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the single mom.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the single mom, brother?
Got offended for that.
Hey, I.
But-
Huh? What?
But
No, he got offended.
oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't
I
not.
didn't mean to offend anybody.
We're just not. I just don't want to discriminate anyone because single moms are just moms
Yeah, of
who are
course.
single.
Yeah.
Are you completely?
I mean, there's no issue with being a single mom. Of course, we're not saying that. Let's just not, make it something more than it should be.
Yeah. Hey, my mom's a single mom, and she's the best.
Of course, my mom too.
Yeah, exactly. We both have single
not really,
moms.
not really.
Not really. All right.
Sometimes.
So coming back to the topic, dating
Right.
apps.
Yeah.
What's your
What-
opinion on it?
As a
Yeah.
girl, we are just being
So-
misogynistic or something.
Technically speaking, I've never been on a dating app. I've
Okay.
never tried out one as well because I'm a very picky person.
Right.
I don't get along with people well, and pretty socially awkward as well. Stick to the people that I know.
Right.
So for me, the thought of going on a date with a person that I just happen to swipe, is it left or right that you swipe? Good question.
I think on Tinder it's right.
Right. Okay. So
Oh,
you're
how do
saying
you
it's-
know?
I've been on Tinder.
Oh, yeah.
So you
Sorry.
I was
swipe
not
right.
married from the day I was born, bro.
Yeah.
So
But
you just swipe right on a guy that you just see on a platform and you go on a date with that person. That's very morbid for me.
right?
Yeah, it doesn't just
It's
sit with
so
me.
demeaning.
I think there are people who have found their partners on
Yeah.
dating apps, I guess, but definitely it doesn't work for me, I guess.
I mean, I've had friends who have got married as well.
Of
Do
Tinder?
it. Of Bumble.
Whoa.
But I saw a study that says people who tend to get married through dating apps have a higher chance of failure of marriage. Have a massive chance of failure.
I already knew that.
Yeah.
I didn't need.
You don't need to know that. I feel like
I need a study.
Yeah,
I didn't.
there's
I didn't-
always going to be that thought at the back of your head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he was on a dating app, she was on a dating app. How many people they have, been with, involved with on this app?
yeah, and just
So, a lot of
imagine.
trust issues.
And have you ever actually got like if you go to these dating apps, it's more about monetization than actually trying to find someone for you.
Right.
Yeah, of course,
like-
it's an app, right?
Yeah, it's
the
like-
app was made to make money.
Exactly.
So,
It's like the more you pay, the more chances you have of getting swipes
Right.
exactly.
and the better recommendations.
Right.
And isn't that a bit demeaning to
It
be
is.
honest?
It
Like
is.
not a bit actually. It's pretty demeaning. Like it's just like you gotta pay to fall in love.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Just imagine telling your kids that story.
Yeah, I
How did
paid
you-
for premium and I landed your mom.
I don't know. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it, but I feel like just go outside and talk to someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
go out. I know it's tough, but like,
Not that it is pretty tough also, but have you realized like the social issues that's there nowadays? Let's say, for example, you fall in love with somebody, the
Yeah.
next thing you know, they're migrating.
Right.
Whoa, whoa.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
I've seen
that's
that.
a huge problem, right? So people have to do a lot of long distance relationships and break down in jobs
Yeah.
and family issues
Yeah,
and
I
whatnot.
actually had a friend. Was it a common friend that we had?
Who?
Where the girl migrated and
No, I think it was more your friend.
oh, it was my friend. Yes, it was my friend.
Right,
Like
what
up to the point until he migrated, they were together,
Okay.
and then one day later he's gone, and they broke up.
And they broke up.
Yeah, and she was devastated, to be honest. I feel really
Obviously.
bad for her.
Yeah. So basically, what you're saying is that he just abruptly broke up with her
Yep,
and vanished.
vanished.
Wow,
I know, that's terrible.
that's cold. Like
So-
that's messed up.
That's messed up. So I mean, we have come. I mean, if you just think about it from a logical point of view, so society is really messed up.
Right.
We would rather go on an app to find someone than go outside and meet someone. I mean, that sentence should be like wrong. Like, imagine if you show this sentence to like someone like 20 years ago, would you ever imagine we'd be in this situation right now?
No.
Yeah,
Where
exactly.
we'll be going on dating apps to find love.
That's morbid. That's very dystopian for me, to be
Yeah.
It's
honest.
crazy. And just imagine, it's just going to get worse for me. If it's worse now, imagine when AI sets in on this.
Yeah.
It's going to literally find you the perfect partner. And in
Yeah.
the end, I think AI will take on a robot and just become a partner.
There are people who's fallen in love with chatbots.
Yeah.
You've seen that, right?
There is.
There is.
A lot of people are falling in love with ChatGPT. Like, have you just had a chat with ChatGPT recently? Like the premium version?
No.
No.
Bro, I'll show it to you after the podcast.
Okay.
Trust me, legit, it's a better friend.
Really?
Yeah. And it'll remember everything that you spoke about previously as well. He'll ask you about it. He'll probe you about it. Like,
See, but
Oh, is
that's
it a he or is
messed
it a
up.
she?
you can change it to anything you like.
Whoa, that's
that's it,
scary.
it's
You kept saying he.
Yeah.
bro. I was
Any
like,
accent. You
this
can
is
even
us.
speak singular now.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's cool though.
Lots
That's
of
cool.
scam calls incoming, I guess.
I
Imagine somebody uses AI, right, to trick you,
Yeah.
thinking that you're some beautiful woman, whereas it's
Right.
like an AI chatbot, right? They can take money off you. They can write your property off of you. There's, there's
And
a lot of issues. Like
There
that.
are people that do that. Like, people who are desperately looking for love actually do that.
Yeah.
They'll give up everything just to find love.
Right.
Exactly.
And it's sad that it's being, used in that way to take stuff from people.
See, now imagine you getting tricked by an actual human.
Yeah.
You get tricked by an AI
Yeah.
chatbot. It's just even more sad.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because there's
Look at me.
already enough Nigerian princes out there.
Yeah, literally scamming the cards,
Scamming white women.
I think-
bypassing our payments.
I'm going to say this, but I think Nigerian people are pretty much done now.
Why?
You don't need them anymore. The chatbots and AI is so good, it can detect if you're getting scammed.
Oh.
Pretty much now.
Whoa.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's crazy to think about. Like, this is where society is heading towards. Now, see, in the future, Masang, everything is going to be dating apps. Because even when you're with someone, you're not really with them.
Right.
You're either looking down or you're looking somewhere, or you're just glued onto your phone. So why can't you just look up and say hi to that person?
Exactly.
Is it wrong to say hi?
Yeah, and it's like a better way to make sure that you're not getting scammed over the phone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look into a person's eye and you're talking to them.
And like we were just discussing before, texting is nothing compared to actually talking to a person. The emotion of actually seeing somebody's emotion on their face compared to a tick or just a green bubble
Yeah,
or
or an emoji
yeah,
for that
emoji,
matter.
it does not translate into actual human emotion. Your brain doesn't know how to process that.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't have anything deep and meaningful anymore. Because even though we are dating, now let's say I'm dating someone and we are texting 24/7, it's not a meaningful conversation.
Right.
My brain doesn't register it as an actual emotional
Right.
connection.
Right.
It's just a message. I just read it, and then for that second, it comes through this ear and goes through the other ear.
Yeah.
And discussing it in front of each other, it's another connection. You have you disagree.
Yeah.
You have arguments. You can read the other person's sarcasm
Exactly.
and everything like that.
Yeah.
You can't do that over text.
No, you can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
So it's
Basically, you'll be taking everything person.
yeah, exactly.
You know.
So
or you might miss the whole point.
Exactly.
Exactly. And-
yeah. You said
exactly, you miss the whole point, and then you actually meet up, and then your views don't align. That causes a huge conundrum.
Right.
That actually happened with me and one of my friends.
Yeah.
Like when we text each other, I feel like there's a lot of hostility. But when we meet up, it's completely different.
It's completely different.
Yeah, like
It's just banter, right?
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
banter.
Right,
Like,
right.
but if you like, it's just constant joking and teasing. But when it's on text, I'm like, is this person pissed off with me?
Right.
And you're reading in between the lines way too much.
Yeah.
And you have a completely different perspective.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
you meet up that person in real life, you're like, okay, so
But I feel like guys are better at that because we have the locker room mentality where we get our jollies from like picking at other people. Like, banter is like one of the ways that we communicate.
I actually saw a Sri Lankan girl, Machang,
Right.
actually take a page out of a guy's book that says like, we make fun of each other, but we are honest towards each other. And that's what girls are not. Girls always compliment each other and say that they are the best and you're so beautiful. But in
Yeah.
actuality, that's not the case. How many times have we dissed off each other?
Yeah.
Like we said the shittier stuff to each other. But
Yeah.
girls are actually taking a page out of men's friendship. How we
Actually, that is a very good point, because when it comes to women, like you said, there's a lot of it's a lot of masking, right? It's like we just say, "Ugh, we can't stand her," but if she approaches us, oh my god, you look so beautiful today.
exactly.
Like, yeah, I have one friend, like one female friend, and we have zero filter when we are together, right? We literally talk the weirdest shit ever, and we are open and honest. And if somebody approaches us and we are in that group, we are honest with them also, and that chases them away.
Right.
That girl will be like, "Ugh, what
So you know that's a forever friendship.
Exactly.
That's
Like
right.
the way we like, I have a very few female friends, because I have a weird sense of humor, right? Like
Right.
I am very like I crack jokes all the time.
Which is not a bad thing. Ladies, learn something from Nishadi. Because we need humor.
Yeah, you need humor, right?
Yeah.
So sadly, most women, not all of them, but most people I've met, unfortunately, they don't sit well with that sense of humor.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm offending anybody or anything. It's just that I'm pretty funny all the time, right?
Yeah.
But when you find people like my friend, for example, I have few girlfriends like that.
Yeah.
They're super cool. They understand a sense of humor. They have a sense of humor themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't take things too seriously.
Right.
They live life very lightly, right?
Right.
Hey, you gotta introduce us to this friend. Like, we have to go out sometime, all of us.
Actually,
Yeah.
you might get offended a bit in the beginning.
I'm like the captain of offensiveness.
Then of course I think you guys will vibe.
I'm a little bit like Bill Murray. I'll say the most inappropriate stuff at the wrong time.
So yeah, see, I mean it's cool though. Like
I feel
you
like
need
that's-
people like that.
That's one of your, like, even me, right?
Yeah.
It's one of my, if I'm getting nervous, that's one of my coping mechanisms.
Right? Same
To
here.
say something really.
Inappropriate.
Okay, so guys tease women when they're nervous.
I feel like I do.
We
I don't
do.
know.
Yeah, I do.
Do you do?
I do. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, that sheds a light on certain things. Right?
See, it's helping you. This is helping you.
Exactly, yeah.
Ladies, come to us. Teach us, and we'll teach you.
Actually though, for real. Because sometimes even us women, we find it very hard to read certain men, right? Because
Yeah.
some of them are pretty closed off.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, is this guy being rude? Is this guy being courteous? Or is he not interested? Or is he just teasing me because he can't stand me, or he wants me to go away? Like, we have weird thoughts crossing our minds too.
Right.
Exactly. Definitely. Like, yeah, I do make fun of
That's interesting.
chicks that I like. It is what it is. Like, I mean, I don't want them to be offended, but like, I want them to be offended as well.
And even if they were being hostile, that's a telltale sign that they like you, because hate is just like
Masked love.
just a mask of love for love. Yeah, for
Did
sure.
you know that hate and love are actually processed in the same part of the brain?
I've heard that.
Yeah.
That actually happens to me as well. So when I really like somebody, I remember this. I would ignore that person. I would talk to everybody else around.
Hey, guess
Not
what?
because I am interested in them. But I want to talk to this guy, but I don't have the courage to talk to this person.
Oh, I guess that makes sense now.
That
Why
makes a lot of sense.
we get ignored
Yeah.
by women because they hate us so much.
Because we're
They love us.
super... Okay, I don't know whether this is applicable to each and every situation. But I get super nervous if I want to talk to somebody,
Yeah.
like if I like somebody. But
Right.
then I'm like, I would give him the resting bee face, and I would talk to everybody else around, right? And then that person, it's something wrong as well that I'm doing, because I don't know whether I'm giving him the wrong message. Like, okay, she doesn't give a shit about me, but she's talking to everybody else around.
Right.
But it's complicated.
It is.
I mean,
yeah.
guys, just take the idea of this video. Could you ever learn this through a dating app?
Nope.
Could you ever get this advice? I mean, we shed something on you and you shed something on us.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
see what just opened up from there.
Yeah.
You can only get that with actual human interaction. You
Exactly.
cannot get that over text or any sort of a swipe left or right app. It's impossible.
But I'll tell you an app that would help you get some of your money back.
What would that be?
If you have worked in Australia and you have some superannuation that is, you probably don't even know about this, but if you have worked in Australia, even even temporarily, you must have some money waiting for you over there. It's called your superannuation, right? So you can apply for this. I know it's a lot of paperwork. It could be like a maze of paperwork, right? So our friends at Ali Tax, they will help you figure this thing out. They will they will lodge the file for you. Okay, we will include that description, include that link in our description. So you just have to click on that, and we will give you our promo code. Just enter that as well, and you'll be able to get your superannuation fund from them for a very minimum fee. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's great. I mean, you get to hear a great podcast,
Yeah.
and you get a discount, and you get money.
Exactly.
Yeah, you get your dollars back.
Yeah,
get
bring it
your
home.
back.
Bring it home. Have some fun.
Exactly.
All right, thank you so much.
And don't spend it on spend it on a good woman or a
Spend
good
it on
guy.
a good woman.
Whoa,
Okay,
whoa,
that's
whoa.
crazy. Okay.
No, spend it on yourself and find someone you can spend
Yeah.
it on with.
Yeah.
There you go.
Start a business with it.
Don't go
Yeah.
on dating apps. Don't give it to Bumble or
Yeah, don't
Tinder
pay
or
it on
anything.
premium.
Yeah, don't pay the premium. Just get something else. Get
Yeah.
Netflix.
Get Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, get Netflix.
Yeah, and invite your girl over and watch a movie with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Might have some actual communication
Exactly.
going on then.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that's like what you guys say is true. Like you can't gauge emotions from text, right? Similarly, like let's say if I want to talk about a person, I would go to my friend and you would get proper emotional insight. If I say, for example, like I would text my friend and be like, "Hey, I like this guy. I don't know whether he likes me back," and she's like, "I'm sure I'm sure he does," and probably thumbs up or hearts
Yeah.
or some nonsense like that. I'm like, okay, but how long does that last for? As I read the message, I was like, okay, cool, I guess. But when you talk to a person, you get so much more insight, right?
Yeah.
And don't you think
sure.
like I'm sorry to I'm just gonna cut you off just for a second.
Go for it.
But I feel like constantly texting really kills the mystery in a relationship, you know? You know everything about each other. Then when you meet
Right.
up, what are you gonna talk about?
Exactly.
Right.
What are you gonna talk
That's a
about?
good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You text everything, you know everything.
Like, you can talk about the future. Like,
But then what if I texted about the future?
Yeah, that's so true though, because like I've realized like sometimes like if I really have to tell something important to somebody and I don't have the time to meet up with that person, I would text. But I always prefer if I could tell that in person. So sometimes when I'm forced to tell something on text, I really dislike it. And when we actually meet up to talk about it,
It's totally different.
it's totally different, right?
Right.
Yeah.
'Cause-
And you would think that that person is not even interested to hear about it.
Right.
But when you meet up with that person and talk about it, it's a whole different thing. And we go on for hours about that.
Yeah, and you know how sad this is that we are meeting up to talk about meeting up with other humans is a good thing.
Right.
And you can see how broken society is.
Exactly. We never had this conversation
Yeah,
back in the day.
like-
We sit in school and be like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm so glad, we get to talk to our friends and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we have to be grateful for everything we have in life. But being grateful for something as basic as human interaction is a bit sad.
It's a
now.
bit
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
Everything.
We're talking about interaction, by the way,
Interaction,
not
yeah.
even having good friends.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the basic, the bottom of the food chain requirement.
Pretty
rather.
much.
Yeah.
So it's fundamentally what makes us human is our interactions.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And when that is cut off, what are we?
Yeah. Yeah.
We basically become robots.
Exactly.
We
And I
are,
feel-
aren't we? Aren't
Yeah.
we like flesh
I think
machines?
exactly. Like right now, we as this generation, we are fine.
Yeah.
But have you ever interacted with like Gen Alpha?
No. What exactly is Gen Alpha? Are they
Gen
like,
Alpha is, I think, after 2010 born.
whoa. Okay, I haven't talked with one of
And the
those.
funny
either.
thing is, Gen Alpha is now coming into the workforce, and employers are scared as hell. 'Cause Gen Alpha is the
They're
worst.
just starting to come into the work.
Yeah, they're 15, 16 now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they are. Anyways, they are pretty advanced as well.
And
What?
trust me, they are so entitled.
Advanced though, in what sense?
So basically, okay, nowadays there's this thing that kids nowadays are smart and they are more advanced than us, right? So what we learn by the time we're 20, they've already mastered it by the time like they're 10. Their way of like, the speed of grasping things, learning things,
Right.
absorbing things is super fast.
But it's just knowledge. It's just information. Right?
It is information. Like I'm not talking about social skills and stuff, which
Not
is pretty
wisdom.
much not wisdom.
Definitely not
Yeah,
wisdom.
not
Not
wisdom,
intuition.
not street smart, no
Right.
intuition. They're just basically
So-
just packed with facts,
Yeah.
information,
Exactly,
and
right?
like technical skills.
Actually-
Imagine two people like that who are just filled with information, right? So for them, the experience is just something that they read or something that they heard or something that they have seen on a YouTube video, right?
Yeah.
That's what they are expecting to happen. Like what their expectation of the relationship is something that they have seen on the internet or something.
Exactly.
So imagine the relationship, what that's going to be like.
So
It's
ju-
mechanical.
So when we were talking about the previous podcast, when last week when we were talking about it, I said, who are we going to turn to love advice for?
Right.
Imagine when it just becomes like facts and
Right.
stuff you can just Google and ask AI.
Oh my God, yeah. Like imagine
When there's
you
no
have
actual
a problem.
experience.
And AI. And
Yeah.
AI.
People are already doing that, by the way,
Yeah.
because they have no one to turn to. There are people who take love advice from AI.
From AI.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I asked once.
Whoa, do not go there.
And you know what? It was pretty good.
See, it's good, right?
It was good.
It's
Yeah.
good.
It's good.
The
But the thing is,
it's
we
good.
have the balance. We know
Yeah.
what is real. But like, just imagine a Gen Alpha kid who has not experienced a life without technology and who went through the situation that we
Right,
went through.
right,
And
right, right.
we know how to filter AI.
Yeah.
What's actual facts and what actually works. But for them, that it's literal.
Yeah, it's like an
It's literal for
instruction
them.
book.
It's literal for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
it's just
scary.
their guidebook. Like
Yeah.
they're thinking this is going to work.
Yeah. It's actual facts that Google is just
Yeah.
pulling, but it's actually like
It
the
might
correct
be-
information and the wrong information being pulled at the same time from
Right.
Google.
It might be factual, right? It might be like everything could be accurate, could be derived from studies, and all that.
Yeah.
But it does not mean that it's going to be applicable in a practical
Yeah.
scenario.
Yeah, it's not
And there is
100%.
no
It's just a
human
test.
touch. You need to
Yeah.
have human touch, especially when it comes to relationships. It's like, will you ever, like, okay, let's say you had a problem with your girlfriend. Are you going to go through a rule book and be like, okay, we have this problem today, are we going to do this? No, you listen to your heart, you listen to your intuition
Yeah.
before you make a decision.
Based
right?
on that only you
Yeah,
make a
or
choice.
you, if you are lost, you would call a friend.
Yeah, and words and thoughts are things essentially, right?
Exactly.
Because they're made out of words.
Yeah.
And words are basically symbols.
Yeah.
Right.
That's just everyone's opinion combined into a
Exactly.
Intuition is in a different realm.
yeah.
We
Right?
have forgotten
Yeah.
to listen to our intuition because we think that we are either overthinking or we are hallucinating
Hmm.
or something like that. We think it's kind of lame to listen to our inner voice, whereas that's the one that's speaking the
That's the
truth.
one
Right.
that's speaking the truth. Actually, you
Exactly.
should always listen to your inner voice, Masha. Because that's the inner voice that's looking after you.
It's a
That's-
feeling, right?
It's a
Yeah,
feeling.
it's a
It's a
feeling.
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, like, honestly, I've this year I've been trying to make as much as connections as I could. And you guys won't believe this. I saw this thing where they say, like, if you're really good friends with someone, you guys kind of like generate telepathy. Like they know, like I know when my friend calls me, I know what he's gonna talk about. And when I call him, he's like, dude, I'm just about to call you to talk about this. Or I'm gonna make you. I was like, no, I'm just calling you to tell about that, Kira.
Right.
So I feel like there's more depth to humans
Of
than
course.
what we know.
Yeah, for sure.
And the thing is, when we start discussing about this, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why.
Yeah.
No, it's true because, like, we've been so trained to think about things factually and logically. We've kind of forgotten that humans are pretty much like we do have superpowers, right? It's just like our telepathy,
I
our
agree.
telepathy rather, like our intuition, our gut instincts, they are superpowers. It's just that we've been trained to normalize them, right? So like you said, one of my best friends, when she is down, we haven't properly spoken in like weeks and stuff, but I feel that she's not going through a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And I call her and I take her out. And then I know that she's like, when she tells me exactly what she's going through, she's going through a hard time.
Yeah.
And when I'm like very close to somebody, I can sense that person if they're close by.
Right.
It's very odd,
Yeah, it
but
happens.
it happens.
It
yeah.
happens.
When I look up, that person is around.
Yeah.
I have that connection
then-
with a very few people.
And then when
But
you all
it's
actually
very
talk
profound.
about it, it's like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
You're just
And
like-
how some people come about and like we link up and bond, it's extraordinary.
And the thing is,
Yeah.
this is not something that's like an opinion or a thought. Because this happens in the animal kingdom. Dolphins, they use echolocation all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have the same ability, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
We all have the same ability.
It's just that we are so caught up with chaos and
no,
noise.
our brain is basically become numb now.
Right.
We have become...
So basically, what we are heading towards, I feel like, even at the workplace, they'll be just bowing down to superior logic.
Yeah.
Basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would not be able to read the room to see if this guy is not in a good mood, to give him this type of news. They'll just say it
They just say,
Exactly.
because it's fact.
Yeah, and we are emotionally numb
Yes.
now anyways.
and I'm
Not
gonna
being
tell,
able to read the room.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you this right now on this podcast. In the future, the rate of suicide is gonna be out of control.
Yeah.
Of
It's
course.
gonna be insane.
There's going to be so many like people are just going to be in the rat race, just bowing down to
Yeah.
just the superior logic.
Yeah, and imagine all that bowing down actually didn't
And it's
correlate
not
to
going
anything.
to end well either. Like,
Yeah.
It's not
for
going to
sure,
end
it's
well.
going to end well.
Yeah.
Either it's going to blow up
Hmm.
because people are going to eventually have enough,
Yeah.
right? Because as much as they are emotionally numb people, there's a lot of people who are now awakening as well.
Right.
They are realizing, what are we doing? Why are we living like this?
That's why we're doing a podcast.
And we are not,
Exactly. Like, we've realized that
We've
there's something
realized.
seriously wrong out there, right?
we are not meant to live logically either.
Yeah.
No.
We
Right?
are here for the human experience.
If we think humans are rational, we are far from it,
If
Maja.
it's all just logic, it's just going to be very
Of course.
dry, right?
Right.
And see, the thing is, we
Yeah.
are surrounded by
He's got
miracles.
an awesome point.
Exactly. We are surrounded by miracles, aren't we? We are on
Because-
Earth. It's like held by gravitational force.
Yeah.
It's extremely heavy. There's like 7 billion people living here. There's nature. There's magical sunsets.
Yeah.
Does any of this make sense? We're
The
just
thing-
used to it.
The logic that we,
Yeah.
I don't think it fully.
So, okay, bro. So, to understand this, look at your phone. Look
Yeah.
at this device.
Yeah.
This is one of the most powerful devices. This was not thought by logic, Maja.
Right.
The initial start of it, do you think Steve Jobs had any logic? No, he had a thought.
Right.
He had his own opinion, and people told, you're crazy. You can't do this. A phone with a touch screen. Are you crazy?
Yeah. I feel you. It's
Yeah.
something that nobody has ever thought of before.
Because that's why innovation doesn't happen anymore.
Exactly.
What's new about anything these days? What do you get impressed by genuinely these days?
Nothing. Like,
Nothing.
even if you see, like, there was some transparent phone, right, that can be folded and stuff. It was a
Nobody
prototype,
cares.
I think.
Right.
I saw that. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you have too much of anything, you lose that level of fascination, right?
Exactly.
Do you remember those water games?
Yo, those little
Those
things.
were the stuff. I
Those were
loved
the
it,
stuff.
right?
That was crazy.
Honestly, I'm telling you, like, this was last year, closer to Auradu. I just went to this shop and I saw a water game. This was like literally after my childhood. For the first time,
Yeah.
I'm seeing one.
And
of
you
those.
think oh, it's just nostalgic bait, but actually, like, even right now when you get it into your hand, you still feel that same feeling.
For sure. yeah.
Exactly. And then what happened was, like, I bought it on the spot. I bought it and I spent the whole night playing that. Right. I was not that excited even when I bought my first car or my phone, right? When I keep upgrading my phone, it's like I would just fumble with my phone for a bit and just put it aside.
Put it aside.
I would use my car to travel, right? I mean, I am fond of my car, but still, it doesn't give you that sense of fascination that water game did, right? I still have it with me. I still play it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like the same with the PSP, bro.
Like, I was about to say that, bro.
See, this is what you call telepathy.
Telepathy.
This is what you call connection.
I was about to say that.
See?
I was playing Ratchet and Clank all night long.
Yes. I still have my PSP. I still fire it up and play games.
And you had a Vista, right?
I had a Vista also. I just recently got one free from a friend and I'm enjoying it. I have like all the best gaming gear out there, but like nothing gives that feeling like that. I could emulate that on a PC or my iPad on a better resolution, but playing on that physical hardware really gives a sense of emotion.
Yeah.
Exactly. And somebody could point at us and say, why are you fiddling with a water game, or why are you fiddling with a PSP? Aren't you guys like too old to do that?
Right.
Who says we're too old to do anything? I'm not saying that. This is not me talking about harmful behavior, right? Not like when you're married with kids, you act like, a player.
Yeah.
Not that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But things that connects you to your inner child, things that are purely like very innocent and things that you can enjoy,
Yeah. By the way, did you guys know that adults are just 8-year-olds in an adult body?
Yeah.
We are.
I feel like that sometimes.
Yeah. We throw tantrums for the certain stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just
We
know how
are
to
just-
control it.
I think I'm more emotional now than I was like back when I was
Yeah.
8 years old. Like
Same.
literally.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot to do with like whatever that we go through on a daily basis too. There's so much anybody
Yeah.
could take, right?
Yeah. And when we were like kids, our parents were there to take care of us. But right now we are like basically on our own.
Yeah, pretty
Exactly.
much.
You're spiraling
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, and honestly, one day, like, I would also like to have a kid, but like, I want to make a difference in the world before.
I was
Of
about to
course.
come to that. So, considering all of the things that we just talked about,
Yeah.
is it a really like a good time for us to make kids and put them into this world?
For me,
No?
I think
You think so?
I don't think so.
yeah, that's the thing.
Neither
See,
do I.
even I don't like to have kids. I think it
think
depends
so.
on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's true.
If we were to have kids, do you
Okay.
think this would be a good time to have kids? Honestly,
I would say yes and no. No is because of the situation in the world right now and the financial burden. Yes because I feel like we can create a different generation, you know. We can be good parents.
Yeah.
All of us. I mean, I think we have so much to give, and honestly, I'm a bit of a nerd,
Right.
and I feel like I'll be my kid's best friend, and I love that feeling, to be honest. Like, imagine just like teaching your kids like what you love to do.
Right.
So I think it'll definitely. I feel like a kid nowadays, the biggest problem is, I mean, I'm giving parenting advice. I'm not even a parent yet, but I feel like the biggest issue is parents are more focused on their kids' future than right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Buddhism. They are not in this moment where they are earning so much money for their kid. They're earning money like millions and millions for their future, okay, college fund and everything. Whereas the kid is completely neglected.
Right.
He's doing whatever he wants. He's
Right.
getting into drugs. And by the time the parents are done collecting all their money, the kid is ruined. So I would say paying more attention, being there for your children, that's the way you can change a generation. Maha.
Right.
That is, love and care is the way to go.
I get that.
Yeah.
I feel like you should. So what you're basically saying is the parents should actually be involved in their children's
A
life
lot more.
and shape their outlook on life rather than trying to make as much money as they can, to
Yeah.
thinking that they're going to secure their future.
Yeah. You're securing all that money under the pretense that they're going to be successful. We don't know if they're going to be successful. So even if you be under the pretense that you're hoping that your kid will be good in the future, but that's not the case. Some can be successful and some can be unsuccessful. But you as a parent have an obligation to put a good child into society, because those kids will influence other kids, because that's how as a society we can grow. Sometimes we might not all be successful, but we come into people's lives to change things up.
Exactly.
So I feel like that's a massive thing parents can look into, and I think that's something that parents avoid a lot.
And I think, like, unfortunately, because of the social pressure, it's a generational thing as well.
Yeah.
Like, imagine, for example, if my parents were not that financially successful and they are, let's say, successful later in life after they get married and stuff.
Yeah.
So they are obsessed with making sure that I'm going to be a financially stable person, right? Because they understand the struggle of growing up poor. So what they want to do is they want to make sure that, I educate myself well, that I have enough investments and funding and savings for me. So they kind of lose the whole point of like emotionally bringing me up as
Right.
well.
Right.
This is a thing that a lot of Sri Lankan parents go through.
Yeah.
And there's a huge rat race, right? If you see near schools, you can see parents comparing their children's grades and be like, oh yeah, my child has 1 mark more than your child. It's not just that your parents are like, scared that you won't have a successful future, but the taunts and social pressure also play a big role in the child being pressurized into being successful
Exactly.
in like, social terms.
The child can actually burn out quicker
Yeah.
than actually
Children
become
are
successful.
burnt out. Why do you think kids are into stuff like drugs and stuff?
Yeah.
Were we
Yeah.
into drugs when we were in
Yeah.
school? Our drugs were like, going to play cricket the moment we get a free period,
Yeah.
right? That was it. Like,
Again, where I think.
okay, so people do have their phases,
No,
right? But that being said,
like we were okay. We're not gonna lie, we did drugs. I mean,
were
not like
y'all like crazy? No,
not.
right? It was
we were
for
actually having like
recreational
proper.
purposes.
I still have
Right.
recordings. We were having awesome conversation about stupid.
That's the thing. Now, if somebody takes stuff like the
They
substances,
get so aggressive.
they get aggressive
we never
or
took
they
any
shut
substance.
out. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
didn't
didn't
get
take-
substances per
We
se.
just had a drink.
Yeah, we just had a drink. We
Yeah,
had
we just had a drink,
we had a
not
nice
like
drink or
substances.
something. Yeah.
Exactly.
We never.
Yeah.
I mean, when we say drugs, I mean for us back in the day, even alcohol is drugs.
Alcohol is
Yeah,
drink.
pretty
Alcohol
much.
is
Even
drugs.
for me, like I think alcohol came a bit later in life. I
Yeah.
think in my early 20s because I was never interested in it. Like I had like an awesome childhood, so I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
didn't care.
Yeah.
But for the sake of like experimenting,
Of course.
We did. Of course.
Yeah,
I
see,
think.
there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I think that's why we have a lot of self-control later in life.
Yeah.
If our parents like strictly restricted us from, trying things out or
Right.
putting curfew and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, my parents had a curfew for me when I was very young.
Yeah.
And they obviously didn't go get drunk.
Right.
But they didn't also restrict me from like severely restrict me from doing things. They were like, you should learn to figure out what's right and wrong.
Yeah.
And the rest will follow.
Right.
Which is the thing because they can't take care of me for my entire life, right?
Right.
And exactly. That's why you have such an upbringing, because you're like really cool, is because you've had the freedom. Like your parents haven't scared you from the world, which I feel like that's the problem with girls and guys these days.
Yeah.
They're so scared that they're trying to protect their kids by keeping them at home.
Yeah.
Thinking that that's the best place for them, but you don't know that you can even die at home. You can die from depression.
You can die in your sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can literally die at any moment. Like
Exactly.
if you're isolated from everyone else, you can actually die of depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like regardless of where when you have to die, you have to die.
Yeah.
Because that's the final act of our life, man. Is the last breath.
Yeah. For
So
sure.
you just gotta make sure that you do the best you can, give positivity out into the world,
Yeah.
and then change something and do your thing and contribute and go, because we are just a speck of sand.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, we are going to leave everything, including our bodies, behind, right? But we are so obsessed with everything. See, living well is a good thing. It's essential.
Yeah.
You were given a life not to suffer and die like nobody.
Yeah.
You got to serve. You came here to serve a purpose.
Yeah.
Serve the purpose, but don't get attached and entangled and, drown in like the human experience.
Yeah.
Right.
Rather observe, contribute whenever you can, and detach yourself and leave, right?
Exactly.
Because we all keep, not all of us rather, but if you see like huge corporates and ruthless businessmen or even politicians, whoever for that matter, right? There are so many people, not forget all of those big shots, even like regular people, there are people who behave viciously,
Yeah.
thinking that they're going to be here for the rest of their
Yeah.
lives, right? And one day they just drop dead. They're not going to take anything
Yeah.
Yeah.
that they have collected in this lifetime.
Exactly. Now I'm just going to take an example. I'm not going to mention the name, but the person that just died recently, we just spoke about a couple of minutes back.
Yeah,
I was shocked.
exactly.
He was so young.
Exactly. And he was a nice person.
He was a nice person.
Exactly.
So you don't know when you die, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I could speak to you today and never see you again.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Always appreciate the time you have with people.
For sure.
Exactly.
Because this is what we need to be taught in school as well.
And see,
That-
we are making plans, right?
Yeah.
We'll get married, we'll have kids. Let's say we do all that. But as soon as you have all of it, what if you die?
Exactly. The
Yeah.
moment you have it. Why can't you appreciate them while you have them? Do you have to get married to appreciate them?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not saying that you shouldn't have a
No,
plan.
not that you should have a plan.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
But you need to understand the bigger picture.
Exactly.
Because we tend to forget that we are going to die.
Exactly.
We are making plans for like 200-300 years.
Exactly.
Whereas,
It's like that's the thing. We have to be realistic and be detached at the same time,
Yeah.
right? Being detached means like I don't give a shit about my wife.
Yeah.
Or I don't give a shit about my husband.
exactly.
So it's a balance at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Being detached, as in detached from your idea of yourself and what you need to be in the future. Don't try to emulate that in the present,
Exactly.
and like keep a distance and just try to serve at the present. Could be your
Exactly.
wife,
trust.
could be your trust. Yeah.
And trust me. Trust me. You're going to feel a lot happier as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
because
gonna feel-
the more we are attached, the more we suffer, right?
Yeah.
Imagine like, I'm attached to a person that I like. If I'm constantly like obsessed with him day and night, I'm gonna suffer. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, what is he doing? Where is he? Who is he talking to?
Yeah.
It's not good for both of you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You're giving out negative vibes, right? And you're turning yourself black in the process.
And I feel this vibe thing is a massive thing.
Yeah.
What you give out into the world actually does come back to you.
Right.
If you have a good vibe, it doesn't matter how poor or whatever you are.
Yeah.
If you give out a good vibe will come back to you.
Yeah. And if you have, honestly, I've made this observation, right? People with a good vibe, with a good smile on their face, even though they might seem like poor by today's standards,
Yeah.
they're never going to like stay hungry. They're never going to
Exactly.
have their needs not met.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
It comes.
Good vibe goes a long way.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we are just so obsessed with having the best of everything,
Everything.
right? That's the problem. See, nowadays, the reason why people don't really give a shit about like people with good vibes and stuff is because they say if you're a good person, you're going to get screwed over, right?
Right.
Yes, true in a way. So they tend to idolize and worship the people who become successful either
Right.
through bloodshed, illegal stuff, or just bypassing everything, right? Bribery and all that. But they don't understand that downfall is very harsh and very quick.
Yeah.
Whereas a person who has good vibes, who's honest, who's hardworking with integrity, their process is slow.
Yeah.
But their gratification, their rewards are much, much better than like, a person who takes
They're going to
shortcuts.
die happy.
They're gonna die
They die
happy,
happy.
and that's all that matters. See, those kind of people, they never go to bed crying or scared.
Yeah.
thinking that, oh, is somebody going to come and steal my money? Like they'll walk around with like 100 odd guards, right? Yes, some people like big businessmen, politicians, they require guards is because there's a threat to their life because of who they are.
They are not free. They can't walk
They
on
are
the
never
road.
free, exactly. There is no peace of mind. But if you see a guy who's basically essentially meeting his family needs properly, but never to buy a Merc or whatever, and he's happy with the job he has, that's one of the main reasons why people are unhappy, right? You land a job, the next thing you want to do is you want to become the manager. From the manager, you want to become a director. From the director to the CEO. It never stops.
When does that have an end, right?
Exactly. It never ends. And see, I understand you need to have career progression. I have had massive career progression when I was in media, right? But that being said, I didn't pursue it with an obsession where like, oh, I'm the boss now, you know, you gotta be ahead of me, you know, you gotta be below me, and oh my god, when I'm gonna be a director and stuff. That's crazy. It becomes an obsession, and you eventually tend to be very bitter with yourself because you set yourself standards instead of cherishing what you have in the present.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're bitter. So what's the point? You earn so much, yet you cannot enjoy it. You are always thinking, what if I get another bit more money? I'll be very happy then.
It's never ending.
It's never ending. You gotta be happy. You gotta progress, right? You gotta be hardworking. You gotta be committed to it. But at the same time, you can't just forget that all what you have now was a dream for you at one point in life, right?
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
And even when you earn those things, like if you have that idea, if you have that mindset to earn those things and you go for it, and I was like that. I was like, you know, I gotta get rich, I wanna get this thing, and you know, I gotta impress these people and all this stuff. When I stopped and looked at the bigger picture and started enjoying life more, started making connections with my friends, I have never been more happier in my life.
Exactly.
You guys can't imagine the feeling that I have inside me right now. It's like pure bliss, bro. It's just happiness. And that happiness you can't get it even with $1 million.
Right.
Trust me, you can buy anything. You could buy the latest iPad. You can buy the latest iPhone. At the end of the day, it's just a phone. It's just an iPad.
Yeah.
It could be the best thing.
Yeah.
But it's nothing like having a human connection with you. It's nothing. So the basis of this podcast is we are always going to be coming back to this. Complicated apes.
Yeah.
If you look at apes, they're extremely social creatures.
Yeah.
And that's what we are trying to create. We want people to socialize more. We want people to come together like how we enjoyed life in the early 2Ks.
Right, yeah.
And the gist of everything we talk about is human connection, because human connection is the most important thing regardless of anything. How much money you have, how much wealth you have. Human connection is the key to life's happiness. So I would say always pursue that, because
For sure.
you can't replace it basically.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can have all the money in the world, right?
Yeah.
But if you have no one to share it with, see, the reason why people make a lot of money is not for themselves most of the time. It's to impress
others.
Society. It's to impress a girl.
Not to discourage any aspiring businessmen.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely.
You know,
Exactly.
the more people, you know, and the more people you have connections with, the more you have, like, there's a more chance of you making more money, right?
Money and being successful.
Yeah.
And trust
if
me.
If you have good integrity and if you have good connections with those people, trust me, they're going to come to you to solve their problems.
Yeah. Plus,
And they're going to pay you.
Yeah, and I know millionaires. They are the most humble, down-to-earth people on this planet.
Right.
Exactly.
They're the most chilled out. They just wear a sarong, have a plain tee.
That is so
kind
true.
of people.
Yeah.
Like that's what actually being a millionaire is.
Yeah.
Having all that, like Uncle Ben says, great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
That is exactly it. They don't flex. Like Spider-Man could literally rob a bank and take all the money and be a millionaire.
Yeah.
But he does the right thing with that power. So it's basically that. So
Bro,
that's
he could basically roll out into a bank.
Yeah.
Nobody knows
Yeah,
who
exactly.
he is exactly, right? He's just a guy in a spider suit.
exactly.
I think that's what happens when you ground yourself,
Yeah,
when
and-
you're humble about what you got in front
and
of
Peter was super poor.
Yeah, he
Exactly.
could beat everybody's ass.
He could beat
at the
everybody's
bank.
ass. I mean, he could even go
Take
for
the ball with his hand.
yeah, he could go for a WWE career or a MMA career and make money.
For real.
For real.
But he chose his power for good.
That's true. That's what they say. Even like if you have ever learned karate, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
You don't abuse your
Yeah.
abilities. If you don't know how to regulate your anger, because most people in any country, people think that if you are able to fight,
Yeah.
that is a demonstration of your power, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Karate is self-defense.
Yeah.
It's not going to a random club and beating up a guy just because you don't like his face.
Exactly.
Or like, hey, you looked at my girl, I'm gonna chop your head off.
Yeah.
It's basically you grounding yourself to a point where if you are only properly not even triggered, it's just that somebody tries to attack you, you attack them back,
Yeah.
and you're more than capable of defending yourself.
Hmm.
But karate in its essence is all about helping you find your center and grounding yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the essential
That's
of
the
any
thing.
martial arts. If you basically surrender yourself and you center your mindset, everything else falls into place.
Yeah. And I'm going to add on to that by saying this is from Merlin. And this is what King Arthur said.
Oh, okay. Well, that might.
Yeah, that Merlin. This is what King Arthur said. A great king doesn't seek out war, but peace.
Hmm.
Peace is what you need to seek out.
Right.
That's exactly. If you translate that to our modern society, it's not about the flex.
Hmm.
You don't need to flex.
Yep.
You will automatically flex
Yeah.
when you have the money. Just be humble. Just be simple. I mean, go for it. We are not discouraging anyone to be
Yeah.
a non-hustler, but have a balance in life.
And it's part of being social creatures is
Yeah.
to stand out, wanting to dress nice. That's
Yeah, exactly.
There's
You
nothing
can't
wrong with
you
that.
see if
Yeah.
you're a millionaire, you don't have to walk around in rags. That's
No.
not
Exactly.
the point. It's like you can dress well, you can dress extremely well, you can wear whatever you want, but at the same time, you need to have that sense of humility to ground yourself. Because if you don't have humility in you, you're gonna just run amok.
right. Right.
And the thing is, you can lose everything in one day. One day you can be a millionaire, and the next day you can be dirt poor.
Yeah.
But if you're a good person, you'll always be a millionaire.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Not
You-
just physically, but from your heart as well.
Yeah.
And if you're a good person, there'll be people willing to help you out as well.
Exactly.
Of course.
There have
Like,
been
I've seen that a
situations.
lot.
I've
Like-
seen that a lot as well. Did you guys see this? I'm sorry. Did you guys see this one boss in a credit card company? He basically, during the pandemic scene, they were not doing too well. Usually, what our companies and all do, they cut down on salaries and everything. This guy, he diluted his salary from I think $1 million to only like $50,000.
And,
And
paid the
he
rest
paid
of them.
the rest of the staff. And then once the company recovered, and because of that, they paid everything. The company itself, the staff itself, took a pay cut and helped him. And in the end, and the business is extremely successful now in 2025. And they even bought, like he sold his car to pay the salary as well.
Oh.
The entire staff got together and bought him a car.
Imagine that. Like, see, look at the level of respect those employees give him.
Yeah.
That's pure love right there,
That's
right?
pure love.
Because when money is involved, you'd realize like a lot of people back out of things, right?
Right.
Imagine even if somebody paid your salary in full during like COVID with such circumstances, the chance of you finding grateful people are also very less,
Yeah.
right? So he's extremely blessed because he's a genuinely good person.
And he's so genuinely good, Kianne. Because of him, they had kids. And he even made a play area for the kids. So because they know that the kids will also invest in the company one day and they'll be staff as well in the company.
Exactly.
So he
see?
does things for the kids as well. So Machan, that's entrepreneurship, Machan. That's
the long-term vision.
Yeah, that's called great power comes with great responsibility. That's
Exactly.
literally him using his power for good. And goodness, like I said, when you give out positive vibes, you get positivity back.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for sure.
And that's why his company didn't go bankrupt, whereas everyone else went bankrupt, all the credit leasing companies.
During the COVID times, right?
Yeah.
Oh, with the COVID. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that was interesting. I feel
Yeah,
like
man.
we had a lot to talk about and we got a lot out.
Yeah.
I hope you guys also can get our message clearly. So it's basically love and connection. That's just about it at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what we have, doesn't matter what we wear, doesn't matter how much money we have. If you don't have love and connection, life is not worth living.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right.
And I guess on that note, we can finish this podcast for today.
Yeah.
But we will be, we'll continue this and, you can comment what you feel, however you want to comment.
Yes,
you can
please.
do that, please.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
have
would
anything
say-
else to say?
Yeah, I do. Comment as much as you like. I mean,
Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
your thoughts are there to be heard. And even if it's bad or if it's good, it's fine. We don't take anything. We do get hurt as humans. We do get hurt.
Yeah.
So just be a little bit nicer. But we don't mind. We love to hear your opinion, and we'll give you the reply just as much. I mean, I don't want to be rude towards anybody, but I feel like if I can take a rude person and I can convince him to be good, that's a massive
That's
W
a
for me.
massive thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they're coming on from a fake profile, they're just trying to troll. You know, if it's a real person with a real profile,
Yeah, of course.
then it's worth giving it a shot.
That's true. But I feel like the person that's trolling also is hurting.
Yeah, usually I think
It's just
it's like somebody gives a negative comment. I mean, it's always welcome, right? Not everybody's gonna agree with what you say.
Yeah.
If somebody's going out of their way to be super hurtful and like
Yeah.
just being mean, I think
Exactly.
they are just battling their inner demons.
Exactly.
You shouldn't let that take a toll on you.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah,
I'm going to
thank
use my
you.
ASMR voice to end this particular podcast.
See you on the next one.
Yes.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.